Alright, mates. Including Daniel the Sauberer. That was alright. Very fine time spent with Rumpus always is. Yes, kitty. I said Daniel. Hey, boys. Kitty. No flute. Kitty, no flute. No flute, kitty. Kitty. Yeah. So, I've been doing the TV chef thing and cheating a bit, playing this off camera. However, that's another save, so I know a little bit about this. I know, for example, that when yeah, this is a bit weird, but we should be able to. We need to get him the hammer. Boys is on me making great purr. Graveyard of Sloth and find this guy's hammer. Okay. Okay, let me just change things around a little bit. The priestess is nice when she generates rage for the other men. That's right. And then that. Good ass. It's so irritating, like, you can't see what these do until you're ready to research them, and even then they don't show half the effects of them. And the man was mentioning this on the forum, and the dev was like, it's a mystery, wink. Like, no, you don't make someone build towards something that they get excited about and then go fuck you when they reach that point. Please, no. Hey, we actually killed the pigs. I didn't realize. What is our reward? Decent, man. Some XP and some money. Okay, do you have any more? Yeah, they still haven't fixed that, which makes me think it's not a bug. That's one of the first things they started reporting. That to get a new quest, you had to exit to the menu and go back in again. Otherwise, they just get asked. Oh, I believe that is true. Fallen Warriors, I believe. Yeah, that's where I'm at on that. Okay, lost equipment, that one's nice. Graveyard of Sloth first though. Let's go, there's a ghost rapper. Oh, kitty, you're so awkward. What's the minute? Big man potion healer. They call me Disarm Fucks. Did I ask the music up? I guess the music's alright. It's also 4 times speed now. Sure. There was before. No! Oh, kitty, you're so... She sorts me. Figget. Kitty, what's it? Jesus ass. What time did the sorting take? Fuck. Boys, for fuck's sake, I can't see anything if the... Okay. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, oops. Kitty, for fuck's sake. Did I get all the bullshit? I think I did. Hey, we knew that already. That's weird. Okay, well, fuck this thing, I guess. Yeah. Well, the problem is... It's I guess I could go like this and then go to the mixer, because then I have increments that are more ustful. Let's go like that. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, so these percentages we saw here, that they've mentioned, like, of course you can't see it now, but these percentages above these asses, I thought it was the hit chance. It isn't. When we go like this, for example, this is how much of my attack power I'll be able to do. So this one's 100% because he's straight ahead of me. This one's 75 because he's one away. This one's 50 because he's all the way down there. That's fine though. This thing should auto crit. Yeah. So it wasn't hit chance. It was like ow chance. Come on, get down with the sickness. I mean, it might have been clarified somewhere and I'm just fucking blind. That has happened before. I guess we'll fight him. Whoa. All this stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff's kind of hidden. Like, if you click this guy, you see these things. You try to zoom over to see what kind of damage it is he's weak to, because you don't remember all the little icons there. But nah. Well, he's weak to being stabbed through the chest, at least. Yeah, penetration, as they say in Sweden. I think they also added another thing in the patch, which is nice. They did a thing so that normally you'd have to have this cold calculation thing. Like, every man has an ability they can use on the map. Like, he can go defend allies right now, and the next... if we go in a fight, we'll have some buff on us. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but you take less damage. She can heal, and this one can only be used, like it says, before battle. That's in the sort of, these are who you're fighting screen. And that's where this lady's cold calculation comes in, which is an ability that lets you backpedal out of the fight if you are not sure you can do it. You can do that automatically now with bosses, so you don't need cold calculation, which is both a bit of shame and kind of nice, because like this guy's defend allies ability is really nice to have in a boss fight, because it's a I think 10-turn buff. It gives everyone extra armor. I think armor is probably not the right word to use there, because there is a stat called armor, which is basically replenishing temporary health at the front of the health bar in the beginning of the battle. That eventually disappears, but it comes back between the fights, so that's fine. And yeah, it's a 1-to-1 health thingy on the armor, so yeah, you can use it here. So the armor he uses, I think, is more mitigation. Yeah. So these fucking guys, right? I got very sour at those at one point. I sound like I've done a bunch. I've been maybe 2 sims or something, and I've skipped all the story because I wanted to read and do that on the stream. So these guys, right? This guy will fucking stun someone, making them lose their next turn, whoever he attacks. I met 3 of those in a group, and I think the group was semi-random at least. And they just stunned all my dudes. I never got a turn. But tots, yeah. I think it's sort of food for... Yeah, he's stunned now. So you sit there and fart. Whoa. Am I still being drowned out a little? I get blocked and stunned. We now have 2 people stunned. Nah, you're probably correct. I'll down it a little bit more. As long as the I want the music to be there, but I don't want it to. I want us to bask in the glory of it because it's quite fucking nice. There you go. Holly! Good man. Yeah, so, like, you look at the priest and you go, okay, so your starting 3 abilities are okay, but I really like abilities that are good. And then you go, okay, well maybe your later abilities will be nice and actually give you something to do. And kind of yes and kind of no. And that's the irritating thing, because I'll show how it works in a bit. Oh, we got a Squire's tit thing. Tit breast. What's it called? Chest. Fuck. Now I can hardly hear the music. God damn. 20 thingy armor. Only you can wear that. God damn, that's crap. That's an ass load of turkey. Do I really have fucking... That's a lot of turkey. Yeah. What the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah, so you have this thing, right? And you go, these abilities. And you get them and you get them. And then you find out that these aren't that great. There's one of these that are pretty good. But it's like... Oh yeah, I was going to talk about these things. Like these crystals, right? Medium stone of knowledge. It starts with small stone of knowledge. And then it becomes medium stone of knowledge. And then it becomes a large stone of knowledge. And the small stone of knowledge requires 100 gold. Or scrat, or whatever the fuck it is they trade with. To be made. That's fine. That's easy. The next one, a medium, requires fucking 3 of the smaller ones plus some item, and the huge one is quite an obnoxious amount of stuff. That's not bad. You have quite a lot of stuff, but the problem is, you get a character like the Protector here, and you go, okay. So because I just happen to have one of these small stone of knowledge, say we did. We'd be able to go research, and a pop-up would show up that shows what these 2 abilities do before we commit the crystal to it. Okay, so we can see these abilities before we commit the crystal to it. These we can't. So these are going to be a complete crapshoot if it's something that's actually going to be useful. So we can pump a bunch of fucking stuff into a character only to find that they have something you don't want. Which is very irritating. Because committing a bunch to something that is predetermined and finding that it's something that's not useful to you is very annoying. I have a sneaking suspicion, which is probably racist, from the narrator's voice and the some of the grammar the devs have used on the forums and stuff. I have a sneaky suspicion that they might be Asian of some description, and as such, a bunch of the JRPG, what's it called, way of doing things is sort of is kind of Western, this, but with a dash of those things, and I think that might be a thing that's just normal. Then again, I don't know much about JRPGs and stuff like that. Like there's a few things that I've noticed when playing like an Asian-made RPG. Like of course there's different cultures, so it's like different customs and stuff like that. The things I've noticed have been something along the lines of the money's always ridiculous. There could be there's no need for the money to be that much. You go over an Ion, for example, and you kill the very first enemy you meet, level 1, basically something you can go up and right click and bin in the beginning that has very little impact on anything. You kill it, and it gives you triple or quad digits in money. Why? there's absolutely no point in that. The number could be 1. If it's the lowest possible number anything will dick around with in the game, it might as well be 1. Why is it 500? Why does everything? 200,000 million yen or something for this turkey. It was like, ugh. Can we truncate the numbers a bit? Yeah, it seems a bit weird. But yeah, the big numbers for everything, and also a thing that I've then again, like, call me out on this if I'm ustless and just making shit up out of my ass. What's it called? Come on, brain. An emphasis on a lot of consumables. Like, once again, Ion. I remember dicking around, and there were so many consumables always. That's like not expected, but eat a potion per fight. Have consumables burning on your items constantly. A lot of inventory fiddling. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about a bunch of stuff. That's NP Soul, man. We're gonna go through it again anyway. I'm just sort of like airing some things. I like the game though. It has a few odd decisions here and there, but the devs are very, very active on the forums, and if you write something there, they'll see it and likely fix it in a patch the next day if it's something they think is broken. So that's nice. Like, I'm not gonna shit on the game for like design decisions, even though that's what I'm just doing right now. But I will sort of like when I do that, it's not to whinge about things. It's to sort of like air my understanding of something. And then if someone knows why a thing is like that, or why the thing I think is dumb, then they can say, that's dumb, Rufus, here's the reason. And then I learn something, and that would be nice. That's generally my approach to things. Which might be seen as somewhat whiny and pedantic, but it's like, the best way to get information on the internet is not to go to Google, it's to go somewhere and boldly state something, because there will be someone with big man Google foo, possibly a degree, that will correct you. And that's what I'm hoping for. That's an odd amount of games there. Yeah, I was also under the impression that, I'm still not entirely sure about that I would lose a bunch of stuff if I either retreated from this. Like, right now I'm wandering around on a map. And if I retreat from that, or get killed and go away, I thought I would lose all my progress. But it turns out, at least as far as I've understood, that it's only progress in quests I have specifically picked up in that location. Meaning, I keep the items I picked up, I keep the XP, I keep everything I picked up until that point, except if I have a quest that I picked up to, say, kill 5 dinguses or something, then that quest I'll have to redo in that area, and I think that's the only thing I lose. So you'll see me playing a bit more recklessly here, because we're not actually, as I thought, at risk of losing everything we've worked for by dying. Yeah, I guess, I mean, like, there's a free, oh, I should have healed myself, like dumbass. There's a free prelude to this, or, like, a free version. You can, like a prologue, that's the word. With this on Steam. So, there's a stat called speed, right? And everyone gets a go in a turn. So there's that silly stat called speed. And I'm never really sure where I want a priest in speed, because I've had this annoying habit of having a priest fairly quick, which means she'll heal herself. Then it'll be the because she'll heal herself. Then it'll be the enemy's turn. It'll hit her, and then the two others will kill the enemy. So she doesn't get to heal herself. So I'm not sure if I want the priest slow or quick. I'm not sure. Oh, he leveled. Yeah, that was one of my things as well. When I got, this was one of the ones that had an Umbugu on it, so I actually got it before I was allowed to do content and stream it. So I fucked around a little bit. I was about to actually announce that I thought it was too boring, and we wouldn't be streaming it after all, even though I announced that I would be streaming it. But it's kind of grown on me. There's a bit more to the abilities when you get more. Right now we only have 4 characters that aren't all that fleshed out. And I played a bit more on the other one. I have 2 other characters, I think, just to see what happened. Yeah, but like if the way it's been happening for me mostly is the priestess gets a heal in, then the enemy hits her again, or someone else again, and then I win the fight, so that the amount of health I lost will stay in that way. And if I skip the turn or something to try and get a heal in again, the same thing will keep happening. But yeah, I don't know. When the first stream I did with this, which is basically one other stream other than this, is I played very carefully and very, very slowly. So we didn't get very far. The narrator is something else though. He's a very fine man. So now that we have this large stone of knowledge we found somewhere, we can do the old research here, and we can view this before actually asking. So release a falcon that flies a random target and deals lightning damage. All targets marked with Hunter's Mark take thingy lightning damage. Okay, so these are pretty fucking good, especially in conjunctivitis with the other stuff. The problem here is the only thing that this doesn't tell us is how much rage they cost. I have no fucking idea how much rage they cost. Rage is that ability that builds up during a bunch of hours. Yeah, these cost 2. These are passives. I think I'm gonna chance this motherfucker. I think Rumpus actually said the same, so this costs 1 rage, this would cost 2 rage, this would cost 3 rage. Nope. Well, let's try it, fuck it. 2 and 3, okay. Well, this is pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. Yeah, so the characters have... There's some weird stat shit going on here as well that I'm trying to understand. I'm sort of just not saying this like it's shit. I'm just trying to understand it. So if any men can figure something out, that would be nice. Like, we have items. We find some. Like, we have this thing. That's just power and crit. Power is just straight up how hard abilities hit. Like a flat number. Do I have any right now that I can actually show that with? New. I might be able to show in the crafty thing. If you look at axes, for example, 10% power damage. So some abilities have like all abilities. This one has, if we look at it, 35, which is 75% of her power plus 8 bonus damage to the target. Also grants self 1. Oh, I see. So this one gives rage. I thought you automatically got rage at the start. Oh, okay. I learned something. Hey, or no. So what I'm wondering here is, if I give her an axe, will this go up by 10%? And at what point would it be worth more to get percent over flat? Her. Yeah, so that's some of the stuff I wonder. But we can actually go in here, which is surprisingly nice. The characters only have 5 levels, and here we can see their stats at those levels. What increases? So this guy gets 35 power at max. This guy gets 43. That's really good. She gets 42. That's all right as well. She gets 44. That's also really nice. So she might be one of the ones where we want percentage, whereas this guy we just want flat. Some shit like that. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure how it works. Still looking for that fucking hammer. Yeah, actually, that reminds me. Ah, yes, so... Oh, I see. So we have a great spear right here, which is 3p damage. It's not penis, it's poison. Which and according to the formula we saw before, it seems like that's just added at the end. So I'm actually kind of not so great right now getting that. But this guy, on the other hand, since he attacks everyone, actually having poison damage on him, since he attacks a lot of people and might not get through that much armor. Does poison go through armor? I don't know. Well, they're certainly weak to different stuff. Yeah, there is quite a decent thingy here. Like, we can go in here and we can look at the various things. Yeah, here we can mouse over it, but we can't do that in combat. So I just have to... yeah, so the more we fight them, the more we know about them and what they're weak to. Okay, so the up things mean that they take a lot of damage. I would have thought it was the other way around. And grey means they don't give much of a shit. What about our dudes? Grey. Okay. Yeah, I would have liked the tooltips a bit better in combat as well. Okay, never mind. I'm messing around too much. Yeah, fuck you, Ruse. Yeah, but I think it might also be made for tablets. So there might not be enough room on such a creature. I'm also wondering, like, one of the things I requested from the devs as well is a repeat last action button. As is right now, I press Q, I press this guy, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with that guy in the next turn. Q. This guy, he's going to die, but if there just was a button I could press that would repeat the same action against the same target, that would be nice as well. It would save me some time. Hey, hammer and grave, nice. Yeah, so there's a hammer, a lever, and a two-handed sword. I don't understand, because this is how we get the hammer for the blacksmith. Last time I just took the hammer, because that's what we need for the quest. I don't know what happens if we take any of the other stuff or do any of the other stuff. If the quest will fail, or what actually happens. If we will then not be able to craft with the blacksmith. That seems dumb. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either, Cube. I mean, I'm leaning towards just taking the hammer. What do you think, man? A blacksmith. He looks like a dwarf, except he's normal height. So I guess he doesn't look like a dwarf. No, he's just called blacksmith. They aren't too big on names here. You are what you do. So you'd be shitter. I think he's going to take the hammer. I have no idea what happens otherwise. I think it's just a fail if you don't. Pick up the hammer and leave. There we go. Yeah, don't go on any cruises, Solvin. Gravedigger and some bullshit. Oh, we also needed to kill the fallen warriors, which is also prevalent in this section. What is that? We don't know. Well, Mr. Fucking... Ugh. I also massively dislike evasion in games like this, but that's a me thing. You can spend 3 turns getting ready to attack someone with an ability in this, and end up just missing it. Background buzz. No, you might be correct. Now, let me just fuck around with the plugs. A good man mentioning this. Now, because I updated Windows, and I had to set another default to the microphone, so I'm just gonna wiggle the cables. That helped last time. So BB. Well, the good thing is when I alt-tab, the music goes away, so I'm quiet for a second. Yeah, I thought so from OBS as well. Let me just troubleshoot for a second here. Fuck. Oh shit, it turned the thing off. Okay, so is it worse now? Okay, I hear thud thud. That's Boyce pluting the wire. Okay, there was a bunch of let me try something. I had it like this earlier. Is this better? Yeah, it makes me think that there's some grounding that's not happening properly somewhere. I re-asked all the connections, but I'm still not sure. Good man mentioning this, because this shit's important. Like, I just streamed 4 hours of Enderall, and if that's been going on while I did that, that's not cool. So time for assing. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I was a little worried because I had the Windows update, and let me try something. And yeah, it was a bit shit. You can have as shit ears as you like. If you know what to listen for and how anal I am with these things, then that's right. Yeah, I had to do the I had to reselect my microphone in OBS, which is never a good sign. At least it hasn't fucking installed bullshit again. Okay, I'm gonna be quiet for a second to tell me if it's any better. Okay, I turned the gain down quite a bit. I think I'm a bit lower as well now. It might just be my computer being loud. I'm gonna try something. Is that better? Okay, so it's not that. It's not my computer. I put a blanket over it, which is not a sustainable solution. Yeah, I turned the boost down a bit, which would very much help bullshit. Okay, one last thing I'm gonna try. Alright, Loretta? Okay, so I sound quieter. Kitty. Oh. But there's not as much goddamn, boys, what did you open? Ugh. I sound quieter, but there's not as much fuzz. That suggests to me that it's a boost somewhere that's fucking with it. See, the thing here is, okay, yeah, so Windows has done, I'm sorry about this. Actually, just give me a few minutes. I'll sort this out and restart the stream so people who came here for Sinslayers actually can see Sinslayers. So BRB, don't feel bad, or no, you're very helpful.